All right, let's move on. This is a story that didn't make our top story, but we want to talk a little bit about the Nuggets. Like I said, last night they lost to the Houston Rockets 118-108. James Harden had 50 points, which is phenomenal, but, you know, the Nuggets only losing by 10 points to a guy who put up 50 is really not that bad of a deal. Should they be tanking harder? Mark, they didn't sit their starters like they did on Monday. The game was actually closer than a 10-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Do they need to be trying a little bit harder to lose here?
Okay, so I get so many different things on social media. I get fans that are ticked because the Nuggets aren't trying harder and they're not playing their players, and I get fans that are ticked at me because the Nuggets aren't tanking harder and they're trying to get the best draft pick possible. So my head is just spinning. What do you think? Should they be trying to lose or should they be trying to win? Tell me how I should think.
Absolutely. I mean, right now they are the 8th worst team.
Right.
So according to NBATankings.com, they have about a 10% chance of getting a top 3 draft pick. Let's say hypothetically they finish the season out the 4th worst team. That's going to give them more of a 40% chance of landing one of those top 3 guys. We've all seen what a #1 overall pick can do for a franchise. We saw that the Sunday night with New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah.
I definitely think they need to be tanking. But I have to say, I think that management was smart about it. When they fired Brian Shaw, the sky was falling. Everybody was upset. You could visibly see that Ty Lawson had quit playing. You know, Fareed had quit playing. Everybody was upset because some people said, well, why fire a coach that's losing? That's what you want.
Right. That's what I said at the time.
And everybody was still angry. People were stopped going to games. Then they start winning some games. They beat Atlanta. They beat a really good New Orleans team. People were talking about the Nuggets again, saying, wow, they're playing. These guys are actually playing defense. They're playing for Melvin Hunt. He's turning things around. People were excited. Then on Monday, they announced that they were going to start sitting their starters, and everybody's like, oh my God, that's the stupidest thing. This isn't Melvin Hunt's decision. This is management telling him what to do. People were upset again. Okay, it's time to calm down. It's a very neurotic fan base we have here for the Nuggets here in Denver. The Nuggets need to tank. They need to get one of those top 3 players.
Okay, I'm going to do something I never do. Can I be cynical just for a minute? They fired Brian Shaw, and they put in Melvin Hunt, Mr. Positive, and they started winning games at the exact same time they sent out season ticket renewals to all their fans. I was like, whoa. I mean, it was a business decision.
Right.
And then they played, what, a week, 10 days or so of good basketball, almost 2 weeks of good basketball. They got some of those ticket renewals in, and they said, okay, we got some money in the bank. Now we can go back to tanking. And I was like, you're just playing us, aren't you?
But I think it was brilliant in the way that they did it, because you saw that people were really, really upset.
Yes,
then they got
were.
really excited again.
Yeah.
Then they didn't get really, really upset. They said, "Oh, this kind of stinks," but I get it. I get why they're doing it. And after all, at the end of the day, that's what they needed to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna write
I think it was brilliant.
Okay, brilliant. I'm writing that down. And then, if I understand you correctly, you think that right now Ty Lawson should buy a round-trip plane ticket for him and Askia Booker to like Cancun and just not come back, you know? And so
if you really would,
Askia doesn't play any more basketball, Ty doesn't play any more basketball, they go get, you know, some beach time and everybody's happy.
I would not be upset to see the Nuggets ship Ty Lawson out of here and draft a point guard. Maybe the guy from the Congo, China guy.
You are very angry today.